This is finally it. Super Mario Bros., the game of all video games. This game is literally used for teaching new aspiring video game developers. It sold over 40 million copies, and Super Mario is still going strong with an upcoming feature-length film in 2022. Over 35 years since this game came out. This is a big one. Before we talk about any of the other games, it feels right to start off with this one. Mario had been in other games before, like Donkey Kong and the Mario Brothers games for the arcades, but this is the one where he became more than average. He became super. So I asked a question in the title of this video before it even started. Was Super Mario Brothers as good as you remember? Well, let's find out. As usual, I'm gonna start off by talking about the development and the history of this game, like I do for all the gens of gaming games. Because we wouldn't have these games without the blood, sweat, and tears of these developers. So let's give them their due props. As I'm sure all of you know, this is another Shigeru Miyamoto game. But as I usually do, I will talk about some of the other developers of this game. When the man himself, Shigeru Miyamoto, who has probably done countless interviews about this one game, was asked, how many people worked on Super Mario Bros.? He answered, I think 7 or 8 people? I'll be honest, I can't blame the man for not remembering that well. He's made many games with many different teams already by the time he was asked this. And I forgot to turn the oven off one time, and let me tell you, it caused quite a scene. It's like, don't you have anything better to do than watch me? But let's just say it was under 10 for sure. That is impressive. The director, designer, and artist were of course Shigeru Miyamoto. Another designer was Takashi Tezuka. Programmers were Toshihiko Nakago and Kazuaki Morita. And the composer was Koji Kondo. Some of these programmers and designers have already had a couple of games under their belts by this point, and were all seasoned veterans by this time. Shigeru with some of these developers had already made great games, Donkey Kong being an obvious first one that comes to mind, for Shigeru specifically. This game is edged in gaming history. Love it or hate it, you can't deny it's one of the most influential video games of all time. World 1-1 is still used as a teaching tool for up-and-coming video game developers, and for good reason. But before we talk about the game, let's discuss the So yeah, there is a story. I'm not gonna say spoilers for this because if you're offended that I spoiled the story of Super Mario Brothers, I don't know what to tell you, dude. One day in the Mushroom Kingdom, turtle-like creatures known as the Koopa Troopas invaded the Mushroom Kingdom. King Koopa, or Bowser if you're American, uses his magic to turn its inhabitants, known as the Mushroom People, into inanimate objects such as bricks, stones, and horsehair plants. So yeah, they're not called toads yet, they're just called Mushroom People. Why did he do this? Because he was bored, I guess? Also, I've heard people say that every brick you shatter is killing a mushroom person, but the instruction manual also states that each mushroom person is giving Mario his power-ups. So he could be killing them, but he could also be freeing them early. Personally, I like to assume he's just freeing that toad early, because I just really doubt that Nintendo would make it so that you're basically killing toads throughout the entire game. But anyway, King Koopa kidnaps Princess Toadstool, the princess of the Mushroom Kingdom, and the only one with the ability to reverse King Koopa's spell. So it's not because he loves her or anything like that. Yet. But after hearing the news, Mario sets out to save the princess and free the kingdom from Bowser. Why is he now in the Mushroom Kingdom and not New York? I don't know, but who cares? Shigeru has stated that he's not too big on video games being bogged down with elaborate stories. Personally, if it's good, I feel that story can give more weight to your game and truly make moments memorable. But for Super Mario Bros., I think it has always worked best for it to focus on the game first and focus on the story second. Speaking of the game, let's finally talk about that. Super Mario Bros. On the NES is a quick and fluent platformer. It is crafted practically to perfection. It's like a well-crafted spaghetti dish, you just keep wanting more. Most of the enemies are going the opposite direction you're going, which immediately tells the player those enemies are probably trying to stop me from making it to my goal. There are quite a variety of enemies too. Goombas, Koopa Troopas, Piranha Plants, Buzzy Beetles, Lakitu, and Hammer Bros. All have different methods to take out Super Mario. There is some help for these troubles, however. Mario can obtain power-ups, the Super Mushroom, Fire Flowers, and the Starman. All are staples for Mario nowadays, The super mushroom grows you by a couple of inches and gives you an extra hit. The fire flower is awesome, giving you a projectile attack that never runs out. And the starman gives you an invincibility period. Each one is crafted perfectly to complement the flow of the game. The fire flower especially, giving you an attack that bounces across the screen instead of just going straight forward. Why is this? Because most of Mario's enemies are on the ground, and what are you going to be doing the most as Mario? Jumping. So the fire flower perfectly complements Mario's movements and makes it so you don't ever have to stop to line up an attack or anything. You just can keep running with non-stop momentum. This shit is genius, man, I'm telling you. You don't notice this shit, but I do. It kills everything in one hit, so when you get hit and lose it, it hurts. Because you go back to ED Mario. The challenge is actually a little rough at times. You can only get hit twice and you're dead. Though, they give you a pretty abundant amount of power-up blocks and hidden blocks with 1-ups in them to make the challenge feel fair, not to mention a game over sends you back to World 1-1. But there are warp pipes to take you back to whatever world you game overed on fairly quickly. I didn't need to use them when I was playing it on my stream because I'm an A-class gamer, alright. I made it to level 5 in Donkey Kong. Speaking of pipes, the whole plumber thing doesn't get used much besides the fact that they travel through the pipes, which hopefully there isn't poopy in those. But the game has a decent number of hidden blocks as well as pipes that you can go into for secret goodies. This game has pretty decent replayability. I played this game back when I was a kid and I know for a fact that I still haven't found all the 1-up blocks in this game. The game is rather short too. Most of it can be beaten in about 30 to 35 minutes. If you don't take a warp pipe, that is. And if you're a speedrunner, under 5 minutes is all you'll need. As I said before, it has a lot of replay value. Trying to beat levels as fast and skillfully as you can, the level variety impressed me on replaying it. I was constantly saying things like, oh yeah, this level was in this, and wow, I forgot about this. The design is great and truly making the experience feel like a journey. Of course, most people know now that some levels look different just because they changed the palettes, but that goes a long way to the immersion of the game. From sunny levels to water levels to underground levels across bridges, sky sections, night-looking winter levels, this thing, and of course King Koopa's castles. You feel like you went on a journey, man. The music helps as well, with 4 different tracks for normal athletic levels, underground, water, and castle levels. The Super Mario theme song is one of the most recognized video game songs of all time. You could play 1 second of it and most people would still know what it is. It plays for like 75% of the game, and the fact that I never get tired of it is a testament to its craftsmanship. One thing to mention is this game is 2 players as well. You play as this guy, Mario's brother Luigi, but he's nowhere in the instruction manual, so damn, that sucks, man. But hey, he's there. Now finally, the boss fights. They're pretty simple. There are 2 ways to beat King Koopa. Light him up with fireballs or get around him to use the axe. Yes, axe. And cut the bridge ropes. I love that. The game sets King Koopa as a powerful foe. You can't just jump on him. He doesn't care how many mushrooms you've eaten. The only way to beat him as just Mario is to be at his most powerful, which is Fiery Mario. And even still, he's the only enemy in the game that takes multiple fireballs. He's so tough, you're not even sure if they're hurting him at first. No blinking animation, no sound effect, he just keeps attacking. And these are just King Koopa's minions magically enhanced to look like him. The real one isn't all the way until the end, so expect a lot of thank you Mario, but our princess is in another castle. Whoa, wait, what the fuck? But if you don't have a fire flower, what else does Mario have? His speed and skill. Bowser hops off the ground for only a little bit of time. Just like the rest of the game, you have to dodge his attacks, go under him, and touch the axe to fell the beast. After all that, you make it to the princess, who looks... oh my goodness. You know, I'm not gonna judge, maybe she's having a bad makeup day. No kiss, no nothing. Even though people complain that Peach barely gives Mario a reward for the rescue in later games, at least she kisses him. Here, she's just like,
Thanks, bitch. Wanna save me again?
Like what? Don't you have to use your magic to save your people? What is this, a game to you, princess? Do your fucking job, you lazy bitch! So all joking aside, Super Mario Bros. Was a hit then and a hit now. It's wonderfully crafted and amazingly fun. Mario is still going incredibly strong today. So to answer the question, is Super Mario Bros. As good as you remember? Yes. It's an amazing game that will most likely forever stand the test of time. And in some ways, if you think about the history behind this game, it might even be even better than you remember. So yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a fun time actually making this. I had a fun time playing it on my stream. If you want to see the streams, go to my Twitch page and you'll see me play these games actually. I also have a full streams archive channel, so just go to my channels on my main channel to look up, you know, my other channel where I have the archived streams if you want to watch those. They're really good. And thank you for watching. Please tell your friends about me. As I said, I'll be doing filler games together. So I played Ice Climbers. I'm gonna play Ghosts and Goblins next. So I'll be doing like a review of both those games at the same time. So that'll be the next video. And the next canon game will be The Legend of Zelda, which was made alongside this game, I think. Which, oh man, I'm excited for that one. I love Zelda games so much. I like the review format better. This was fun. Please subscribe, please like, please comment below any memories you have of these games. I'm actually interested to hear about your memories of these games. This was actually one of the first games I played, honestly, but I had like a Game Boy port, because my first like game console was my Game Boy, and I had like a Super Mario Bros. Port on the Game Boy. It's fucking fun, man. As I said before, I'm a manga artist, so please look up and check out The Blue Rebels. It's on Amazon for only $5.99, and each purchase helps me so much towards my goal of making it a series someday. And no patrons yet, but if you want your name to be in the outros, please consider supporting me on Patreon, because this video took a lot of work, and like I said, the consistency will take a drop, and you know, because I have to work. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully the outros won't be this long anymore, but I felt like I had a bit of stuff to say because this is my first true review. But I hope to see you in the next one. Ice Climbers and Ghosts and Goblins filler will be out next, and then after that, the next canon game will be The Legend of Zelda for the NES. I can't wait for that one. It's a fun one, though it is very it's a little hard to know where you're going and what you're supposed to do next. But see you there, stay safe out there, and thank you again for watching. You look great. Goodbye.